What is up, all? It is Thomas Fan 01 here, and today I think I may have found a holy grail item that a lot of people might get mad at me for finding. Take note, I paid way more than I should have for this set. Um, in fact, I need to start dressing the set here, so I'm gonna just start dressing the set here. So we got him, we've got Braun, who's gonna come sit next to him as well. So Braun sits right there. Not very well, but he's supposed to sit right here. Goes there. And then Bumblebee goes right over here. When they do another GoBot version of that, I will probably pick it up. And we got Gears right here as well. So, welcome to the stream. We're unboxing this beauty here today. So, gonna take me a minute here, but now you guys get to see the full unboxing going on at the bottom here. And so, FYI, I managed to purchase this and procure it at GameStop. I do remove price tags from the boxes because I do not really think it's necessary to continuously have price tags everywhere on a box that's probably it might not even last this month, like to the end of this month. But I did pay well more than this for it. I paid way more than $74.99 for this. That is a guarantee. So, anyways, to whoever liked my video, thank you very much. But, anywho, to whom we're going to be getting into this. So, before we go into this, just, just be aware, folks. So, there you go. Sorry, I gotta get this underneath here, and just gonna, there we go. Underneath the cardboard now, and seal is still not technically all the way broken, and now it is. So, I like this Legacy United package. Ooh. Ooh, I like this a lot. I definitely like that a lot. We are unboxing the Transformers GoBots 3-pack. Managed to procure this at one of the GameStops that's in town, or maybe not in town, but managed to procure this at a GameStop. Looks like this has been shaken around a bit here. Only reason I say that is because this tape here is coming off. So, but let's get this box straightened out a bit. There we go. Now we can get this all started and unboxed. So give me just a brief moment. I'm gonna grab my little clippers. Where they are is a mystery to me. Well, oh, there they are. Oh, gotta get the clippers out. Gotta get the clippers so we can get all of this unboxed. I suppose we'll start with Pathfinder. Here. Now, I did not watch GoBots as a kid. In fact, I've never watched a single episode of GoBots because GoBots was not my thing. Transformers was my thing. So here we have Pathfinder out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I do like this mold. This is also one of the only other ways you can get the Cosmos mold if you have not procured it already. So if you have not procured the Cosmos mold already, this might be one of the last opportunities you could get to get it. So I'm gonna stick this guy right next to his mold sake. And then we'll get. Oh, it appears I missed a mini bot. He's supposed to be on the set here. That's 86 Studio Series 86 Cliff Jumper. So, now, one more fun fact about these things is that I did not have Kingdom Warpath, so this guy's transformation is going to be a bit different for me, because I've never messed with that mold, because I didn't care for Warpath. I wanted the Generations one instead of this one, and here is Smallfoot. Hey, what is up, Nick964? How can I stay moisturized? I don't know. The tree that is Groot. Hello, hello, hello. Um, these are GoBots. Well, these are Transformers, but these guys that I'm unboxing are the GoBot versions of the Transformers that I have laid out on my table, except for this guy because I don't have this guy. And I have to get this guy's chest perfectly put back together as well. So I gotta get his chest is floating around in the box because that's what they did with the Gears version. I don't know why. I thought that was really stupid, honestly. So there's this, that can be. Okay, so now here's the one that's gonna give me issues. I have to get, this is Treads. Treads is coming out. Transforms. I love them. I used to watch them so much. Well, okay, these are Transformers, yes, but these are the GoBot repaints of the Transformers. So, like for example, this guy here is Treads. So the original version of this guy is Warpath. So give me just a brief second here. We can get the rest of them out. Or not the rest of them, but I have to get their accessories out of the back of the packaging. So I think this is all of their accessories. So there's that. That comes off. That comes off. And, well, that's a little bit of a cheap shot. They couldn't bother to give us different instructions. Oh, my hand is fine. It's just this brace is just here because the bone that is supposed to be healing. The doctors who gave me this brace, they didn't give me a brace that's supposed to keep the bone stable. So they basically just gave me this brace and said, "Oh yeah, hope for the best." I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna straighten my own freaking bone out. So I have a I have my way of dealing with it. They just the people who dealt with my hand first should not have dealt with my hand first. So, anywho, let's get the rest of this set ready to go here. So, this I do believe rotates around like that. Yep, that straightens out. That straightens out as well. Ugh, my gosh, these arms are super tight. These hinges on the elbows and the the mushroom peg joints, those are tight. Oh my goodness. So, but here we have Treads in his robot mode, who's going to sit right there. And then let's open up this bag of accessories and see what we have. So, okay, so here is Littlefoot or Smallfoot's chest. Excuse me. Let's put that right on there. Come on. Oh, that is so not friendly. Not gonna. That's not good. I do not like the way that felt. That felt awful. I only know the original Transformers because I don't watch them anymore, so most of them I won't know. Okay, so so take note. The ones that I'm currently messing with, they're repaints of these Transformers, and these Transformers are basically these Transformers are basically the GoBot repaint slash remold of the figures. So, like for example, Littlefoot's quite possibly the most unique one out of them all because he's got a different head sculpt. He has a complete, well, not a different head sculpt. He has a different face sculpt, should I say? Like so, um, let's see here. So this is GoBot Littlefoot or Smallfoot, and this is Gears from Transformers Legacy United. I mean, they're both in the same line, but the point is that they're both the same figure. This is just a different color. So we're gonna stick you two right next to each other. Yeah, this I remembered being a pain. But I also remembered it going like this here. So there's that. That goes like that. And this already came pre-assembled, unlike Cosmos, where Cosmos was loose and roaming around. Here is Pathfinder's little flag thingy here. So, but we all know this is not what you're going to be messing with. This is what you're going to be messing with. So let's just get this all ready. There we go. So there's that. And there are all the GoBot equivalents with their, or the GoBots and their Transformer counterparts. So there is that. Now, I personally, do you do Legos? I do Legos. In fact, the next Lego set that I will be working my way towards getting should be the Lego Office set. That's one set that's been on my list for a while. The only problem is that Legos are hella expensive, and that hobby takes up way more space than this does. So I do mess with Legos. I don't mess with them all the time, but I do mess with them. So I can't say no, but I can't also say yes, I don't mess with them at all. So, anywho. But I'm going to remove the brace so that way I can put these guys in their vehicular modes so that way we can get them ready for the review. And when people are saying, you should trust the doctor, well, the doctor here, this little indentation right here, that's where my bone is broken, and it's like it's like curved at an angle where it shouldn't be. So this hand is straight right here. This hand is curved. You don't want it to be curved. You want it to be straight. So, yes. So, yeah. Anyways, this is what it looks like on a white background to that. And here's my straight hand. So, there you go. All right, so which one should I do first? Well, you know what? We haven't done Cosmos in a minute, so let's do Pathfinder. So, and it's been, wow, it truly has been a minute here since I've messed with this figure. So that goes like that. That goes like that. This goes like this. Yeah. This one feels slightly more cheaper than this guy. Not saying that to be mean, but I mean, if I have to nitpick something about this character and the stuff that goes on with it, it would be that for sure. So like I got nothing. I mean, I got nothing, nice to say about that, but I do got nice things to say about this. I do like the blue color. It's really popping with this thing here. So let's get this all ready to go. Clip the sides in, fold in the hands, fold in the hands. Fold this up, make sure all of this is all squared up, just nicely. And then push this in like that, and then we can tab all of this into place. Provided that all of my joints and everything are in the right spot. So, all right, that goes there, and then this one goes here, like so. So then it goes like that, and then this goes like this, and then this one goes, piece goes like that. So here is Pathfinder. I hope you get okay. I will be fine. I will be 100% fine. I will be, and I say I will be 100% fine because I'm not. This is nothing compared to what I see normal people go through. This is nothing, completely nothing. And when I say normal people, I mean like the people who I tend to deal with are like cancer patients and people who've got iron deficiencies and people who need blood transfusion, stuff like that. Because I go to a hospital once a month for a Remicade infusion, which is basically just, hey, guess what? You don't want to be sick anymore, or you don't want your Crohn's to be flaring up all the time? Well, guess what? Here is your sort of cure-all, but also not your cure-all. So that's basically what I do once a month, and it is not fun. At least not for me, it's not fun. And I definitely know nobody else in there is screaming and jumping for joy. So I just I don't question it. I just let it. I just leave things be. So Okay, that's where that's supposed to be, and that's supposed to go like this. So that goes down like this. Come on, you go down like that. And then we do the same thing on the other side, on this side here. Let me push all of that down. Make sure all of this comes back up. Like so, like so. And then, if I'm not mistaken, we just do this. Yes, we do. Close this up, and close that up. This whole front tab piece is supposed to tab into the arms, so it does. And you're supposed to take these wheels, fold them all the way down. And then I like to take the gun and place it on the side here. So you've got Littlefoot in her vehicle mode. So what do you think about the too much ads on YouTube, and are you normally live? Sometimes it depends on the day. Usually, I mean, if I'm live, that means I've got a transformer that I'm unboxing, or transformers in this case that I'm unboxing, or I've got something big to unbox that just can't be done in one single video. Sometimes I do these live because sometimes people don't believe me when I tell them, yeah, my stuff breaks right out of the box. Sometimes it comes like mismanufactured out of the box. I mean, there's some, and and when people don't believe me on that front, I'm like, all right, guess what? I'll just start doing it live so y'all can watch it happen live. So, nobody seemed to believe me at one point, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, we believe you now. We totally believe you because, we saw it happen live. So, if it's live, sometimes it does. Sometimes I will do. I will. Sometimes that will happen. But it also, like I said, depends on the day. So usually, like I said, if I'm doing a live stream, it's because I've you know I've got a brand new transformer that I'm willing to show off, and it needs to be unboxed and looked at underneath the finest of YouTube spectators. I'm just joking. I have no idea who people are. But point being is that, I know there's a lot that can go on. I just don't want it to go on with me. So, okay, so this, if I'm not mistaken, goes like that. Yep. And then this, we can then pull this out. Okay. I also don't have fingernails, so certain things are... Okay, how am I supposed to get this to extend? Okay, there it goes. And then that flips up. Okay, that makes sense. Come on, come on. There you go. There you go. But anyways, that's what I do. The YouTube ads thing, I don't really care because I mean I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't have to deal with that trash. Although I do think YouTube ads are getting a little bit ridiculous on how you can't skip on certain ones. And that's been a thing for longer than people are claiming. They're like, "Oh, you haven't been able to skip that. You can't skip this ad. You can't skip this ad." I'm like, "Were you able to at one point?" You know? So, I mean, I've never really noticed anything different about it other than the fact that everybody is just now starting to complain about it. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all are complaining for because the issue it wasn't really an issue, if I do say so myself. I mean, because like I said, I pay for YouTube Premium because number one, I can't afford it. So if I'm gonna watch my YouTube content creators, I want to make sure that the content creators that I'm watching, are on YouTube Premium, and the majority of them are, so I don't have to deal with, oh, well, you got to pay for this ad, or you got to watch this ad before you can watch your video, and three-quarters of the video the way through, you got to watch this ad, and if you don't watch this ad, you can't watch the rest of the video. So I know what they're doing. it's not smart. They're gonna lose a lot of people this way, but at the same time, I'm also like, people, y'all have like haven't really paid attention. If y'all haven't paid attention, this has not been a new thing for a while. So I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I'm also like, get rid of the ads altogether. Just make YouTube a little bit more. Well, if you're gonna do something of that nature, make your own freaking like TV channel dedicated to it. Where if you're a YouTube content creator, you have to make like a certain amount of views per month. Which obviously I know this is how their YouTube partnership program works, but my thing would be is that if you're gonna do a YouTube partnership program through that, you should have it be to a point where the content creators are actually getting paid for it, not, we gotta wait a bit for this, or this has to come in, or we have to wait for certain or videos to drop in order for this to happen, which also I think is not an issue with certain things. But I do think, it should be a little bit more. I don't want to say controlled, because control. I don't want certain people having control over anything. But I do think that there needs to be a little bit more accountability. How shall we say? So when I say that, I mean I'm not saying that in my case, because I definitely know I can't get paid. That's for sure, because I've got certain videos with copyright strikes on them. From way back when I was starting my channel out, there are certain copyright strikes from Mattel, in particularly, to which, by the way, that's another company we can totally get on. We can totally bash on if we really want to. But the point is that there are certain videos that I can't mess with or can't do anything with because I won't be able to get I won't be able to get paid on them because it's got certain likenesses and images of certain things that just aren't okay. So here we have the first product defect here. There's a tab on this guy that does not want to tab in, simply because it is out of it is slightly off kilter. Let's just see if we can't figure something out with that, because that's just going to be annoying if I can't get that to go through. It's supposed to be like this, but there's a tab right in here that just has an issue. Can you really blame the people for not believing you even though you didn't show them? Not to be rude. Well, some of them I can't blame them because, they weren't there. But at the same time, there's not really much else I can do other than tell you what happened after the fact, because if I tell you what happens during the fact, also take note, this was way back when YouTube Live was not a thing. So let's also take that into consideration. So I also want to throw in a few other variables that happened to me during that time period. I was living in rural Washington state with no internet. So the only time I would ever really see anything of the nature related to my content was if I ever went into town. I had to film videos and then upload them in the city. I lived out in the middle of nowhere in Washington state, to a point where if like my nearest neighbor was like, I had to get into a four-wheeler, drive down to his house and go and just to go see him. So that was what I had to deal with. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't make it sound that it makes it sound unbelievable, because it truly does sound unbelievable. But if you go back to like the early days of my YouTube channel, to which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. But point is that I've done these things. I've done certain things. People don't believe it, and then when I try to show them proof of it, it's like, well, you didn't do it on camera, or you didn't do it live. So I don't blame you, but at the same time, I also have to say you weren't there. You can't say it didn't happen. So that's my whole gist on that. And not to mention, y'all also saw I didn't pick up the instructions one stinking time during this whole live stream to look at them at all. However, now that they're all in vehicle mode, let's take a look at these instructions. I kind of want to see what they look like a little bit here. So Well, this is gonna be fun here. Let's take a look-see. All right, we looked at him. There we go. We looked at him. We're done. All right, so now we get to put the instructions back in the box because that's where the instructions belong, in the box. And then now we get to do something that I haven't thought about doing. Actually, I'm gonna also put another box in here. I'm gonna put Breaker's box in here as well. Did you see a bear when you were in the middle of nowhere? Yes, I did. Matter of fact, I did. We saw them all the time. We had deer. We had deer that walked onto our property. We had freaking bears that walked onto our property. Like, does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, it does. If you don't believe me, you can literally look up. I'm gonna even tell you another thing here. You also know who lived on this in the middle of nowhere in Washington State with me as well? Benson Boone. Yeah, Benson Boone lived in the I lived on the on I lived just off of Woods Creek Road, that song that he talks about. No, we didn't see wolves. We saw lots of coyotes. We didn't really hear or see the wolves because they're more on the eastern side of Washington. I was kind of smack dab in the middle. The nearest city to me was Monroe, Washington. And I went to the Woods Creek Ward with Benson Boone. His dad was my scoutmaster. We did not see wolves, but we did have a cougar down by where we lived. This cougar, what ended up happening was is we had a hiking trail near where I lived, and this hiking trail got lots of people, lots of cool visitors and everything in nature, and what have you. But we ended up getting a call from the Nature Society in Monroe, Washington, and they didn't say anything to the locals or the neighborhood until after they had done this. They released a cougar in the woods at the bottom of the hill where I used to live. To which, by the way, cougars are extremely territorial, and they don't like humans. They really don't. So when we finally got word that there was a cougar roaming around, we said to the Nature Society, we were like, hey, don't you think that might have been something to tell the folks around here? Don't you think that might have been something for you to warn others about? And they're like, oh, there's a cougar down there. Have a good night. And we're like, okay, but again, cougar in the neighborhood. You gonna take care of that? No, no. They just basically laughed at us and told us to deal with it ourselves. So that's just basically the gist of Washington for you. So, all right, let's get this one up here. Make sure that's spread out just a little bit. That can go there. That can go there. That works out very well. So, but no, we did not see very many wolves. That's one thing I can say we did not see a ton. We did not see very much of. So, one wildlife creature though that we did have, and we saw these things daily, so there was no question about whether or not you'd see them. Is we saw salamanders all the time, all the time. Salamanders were everywhere. So during the springtime, you can flip a rock up and you just be like, "Oh, there's a salamander there." You can play with them. They basically are just very little aquatic lizards that just love roaming around in really wet areas. So, but anywho, that's not what we're going to talk about a little bit more. But that is basically what's going on. That's basically what went on in my house in Washington State. And we're going to lower the camera down just a little bit here. So I'm not an outback person, but someone, people let loose a damn ton of German shepherds, and I almost had a near-death experience with them. Ooh, yeah, that's not fun. No, okay, so I haven't had anything like that happen to me, The closest near-death experience that I can say that I've had in Washington regarding wildlife was when we saw a grizzly bear and we had to literally leave the area because we saw the cubs and we didn't see mama. We didn't know where the mama bear had went. So we were like, okay, we got to leave immediately. So fortunately, everybody that I was with, we managed to see the cubs, and we were like, okay, that's cool. We saw them. We're leaving immediately now. I believe I was on a scout trip too. So yeah, I think I was doing like a 30 miler, 40 miler, something like that. But yeah, if I could just get this panel to line up properly. I just want this thing to line up properly. This tab does not want to go into its spot. Go in your spot. Come on. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Oh, that was terribly stupid to get. That was stupid tight. One of my friends actually got caught by the dogs. Oh, is your friend okay? Like truly, is your friend okay? That's not fun. Um, at all. So that being said, I got to tell you guys a funny story about one of my neighbors that happened when he was in like it was like maybe the late 80s, early 90s, something like that. Near where I used to live, there was a guy who used to do like certain like he used to do like tree trimming and stuff like that, and it wasn't uncommon for him to have explosives with him. Well, he's in the hospital. He's in the hospital. I truly wish he's alive. I'll wager he probably is. Probably gonna get tested for rabies though. Rabies is not a fun disease to deal with. So, if he has rabies, my condolences to him. Because that sucks. That's not good. So, but anyways, my condolences to you, the tree that is Groot. I'm just gonna call you Groot because saying your entire name is a little bit much. So, Groot, I'm sorry that your friend is in the hospital. I truly am. That my heart at Thomas Fan One, our hearts at Thomas Fan One Studios go out to Groot's friend who's in the hospital currently. So. But anyways, here we have all of our GoBots. They're actually in their vehicle modes now. Everything is okay. Everything looks good to me. I mean, the only thing I'm a little slightly irritated with is the fact that this head sculpt is just the only thing that's different about this entire set. So you're really, truly only buying this set if you're buying it to buy the Cosmos mold, the Warpath mold in green because you want a green tank, you don't want something else. Oh, and apparently this guy's a Decepticon too. So I did not know that Treads was a bad guy. So that's on me. So and Littlefoot or Smallfoot in is going he's or is she I think it's a she. I'm not sure, but I think it's a she, but she's in her truck mode. So and honestly, this truck mode is a little bit more detailed than this dude's truck mode. So, you know, but anywho. So we're going to wrap things up here because we've got the entire set done. And now that we've got the entire set done, we need to review them and we've got to get them taken care of. Now, my next question would be, do you guys want individual videos of this and then ranking as a whole set after all three of the videos are done? Or do you want me to review them all at the same time and review the set all at the same time? Just, as a general asking question. So I will throw that out on the community post. So be on the lookout for that. And also be on the lookout for pretty much all of their reviews and everything of the nature. And that being said, I do want to show this to you guys Nobody ever, once again, also believes this either. I keep almost all of my. So if y'all think that these are. So cars are usually preferred as girls. I prefer all at the time. So, but that's okay. No, the only reason I say she is because this I don't know if this is a female character in the GoBots TV show or not. So I don't know. So I don't know if this is a she or a he or a they them. I do not know. So point being is there's a lot going on with this entire robotic universe that just there's a lot of things that go on that I just did not know. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content, and also do not forget to check out that the tree that is Groot, who is in the comment section. We hope that you and your friend get better. We do. I do not condone the letting loose of all things of rabid dogs or untrained dogs, shall I say. Because a German Shepherd is one of the most trainable dogs on the planet, and if somebody released them, that means they had no training whatsoever, and or they were bred to fight. So those are the only two things that people would be getting a German Shepherd and releasing them out into the forest for. So those are the only two things. So but anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. As I said previously, don't forget to check out all of the playlists that are in the channel. So once you have subscribed, you can go check out all those playlists and in the all of that stuff at the homepage. And do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Riveted Reviews, Riveted Rail Fan, The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, and New York Toy Hunter, as they all have done some amazing work in the past and will continue to do so in the future. So, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.